Hello, everyone. This is your first application assignment in Excel. So you've already gotten the basics of Excel. You know that we're looking at a spreadsheet or a sheet right here. And we have 3 sheets in this workbook. We have problem 1, problem 2, problem 3 identified at these tabs at the bottom. And you can get to these different problems by clicking on the tabs at the bottom. And you already know that you have the formula bar up here where you can see your formulas. And of course, just this little box that tells you the name of the cell that your cursor is currently in. So let's go ahead and do this assignment. So some simple mathematics. In cell B10, use Excel to calculate the sum of B8 and B9. Use cell references, don't type in numbers. So let's go to cell B10. I can be sure I'm in the right cell by looking in the name box. Now I'll go ahead and type my formula. So I'm going to type always starting with my equal sign. And then I'm going to click in B8. And I can put my sign and click in B9. And hit enter. And we see that the correct answer came up at 122. So now we can go on to the next item. In cell C10, use Excel to subtract C9 from C8. So let's go ahead with our equal sign again. And you'll see that it says use cell references, don't type in numbers. So what this means is to click in the actual cells and not type in the numbers. And the reason for that is you're much more likely to make a mistake if you type in numbers. Whereas here, if we just click in the cell, we can be really sure that we got the right one. So here I'm clicking in C8, and I'm going to subtract C9 just by clicking in that cell. Don't have to do anything else, and I can hit enter. And the nice, whoops, when you get a false like that, that means you made some sort of mistake. So look what I did here. I typed an equal sign instead of a minus sign. So I'll go ahead and correct that. Up here in the formula bar is where I found my problem, and I'm going to change that to a minus sign. And now we have the correct answer. So next in cell D10, use Excel to find the product of D8 times D9. So starting with our equal sign again, we'll click in the cell for D8. And remember, we have to use the asterisk to get the multiplication function. We can't use the X. So there is equals D8 times D9. I can see it up here in the formula bar, and it looks correct. So let's go ahead and click enter. And we get 111. That looks about right. I know it should be a little over 100. And lastly, in cell, I'm going to make the correction here because this should say in cell E10. And it says divide E8 by E9. So let's go ahead and do that. Equals, and I'm going to click in E8. And divided by is that slash. And there is E9. And we'll hit enter. And that is that problem being done. When I check your work, what I'm going to do is click in each of your cells and make sure you actually typed in the formulas and not numbers, and make sure you typed in the correct formula. That's how I check your work. So if you were to just use your calculator and type in the answers here, you wouldn't get any of them right, because I need to see that you've done these